Hello everybody on YouTube, this is Super Nintendo, and I didn't think I would have to make a video on this. I really didn't. At least not until Super was over, but I feel like I have to talk about this now. We're currently 116 episodes in, and My Hero Academia has done what Dragon Ball Super is trying to do, and going way farther with it, in my personal opinion. And I'm here to tell you guys about why I feel this way now. Alright, now to begin my points. My Hero Academia is a series following the events of Izuku Midoriya becoming a hero. And they are both series where it's about a character getting from point A to point C, but you see pretty much either point A or point B. When you've already seen point C. But the difference between this is actually quite massive, as I will explain. First off, we don't see what Deku is like in the future. So this doesn't create any expectations for how powerful he is. And being like, oh, that contradicts something! That contradicts something! It's like, because we see Goku at the end of Dragon Ball Z, which I know the creator, the Super team, just stated that it might not line up perfectly with the end of Dragon Ball Z, and that's probably saying, look, with the way that we have been writing Super, just take Super as its own thing. Don't try to connect it to the ending of Dragon Ball Z. That's how I'm taking it, because when you create let's face it, a filler series, it doesn't connect with the ending that it should connect to, you can't fucking connect it. So already that's out the window. That's like, to give you guys an example of what that's like. Let's say Darth Vader, we know Darth Vader where he is in like part 4 onward. But this is like the prequels building him up to be Darth Vader, and then at the last moment he is Emperor Palpatine. He never fucking becomes Darth Vader. That's what it's like. You can't fucking connect them. They're not the same fucking universe. So that's out the window. The second point I want to bring up is the way they both go about their story and the plot holes, inconsistencies, and retcons thing that fucking irritates me about Super. And I realized that Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z did this a lot too, but it's telling when Dragon Ball GT is the series with the fewest retcons, plot holes, or inconsistencies. It's the one with the fewest. And I realize that's probably because it's the shortest, but it was still primarily made by Toei Animation. Same thing with like Dragon Ball Super now. Toriyama just has a lot more input, but he's not primarily writing Super. And if you don't believe me, he has stated this in fucking interviews multiple times. that what he basically does is gets like a little sticky note, writes down like evil Supreme Kai turns into evil Goku, and Super Trunks and Future Trunks is in there somewhere. Make a story out of that. That's pretty much what it is. And it's telling when GT, at least the first thing up until like the Super 17, really fucking knew what it was doing. And like, say what you will about the early episodes of GT, like oh, it's boring and whatever, but there's little to no plot holes during this. The only thing you could argue is the stupid Para Para brothers and their hypnotic dance thing. But we've seen time and time again that these characters, when they're not allowed to put up their energy, so to speak, their bodies are weak. And for that matter, the other thing that pisses me off is the constant droppage of guard in Dragon Ball Super. It seems like every fucking fight is that way. And Whis, his fucking trainer, currently has taught him this time and time again. And for that matter, with the overconfidence thing, yeah, he was somewhat cocky in Dragon Ball Z and whatnot, but he wasn't like this. That was more Vegeta's thing. Not dropping his guard to the point where he was weak, but being cocky overall. That was more his thing and Gotenks' thing. When the fuck did this start? You know, the dropping of guard, like, oh, I'm so sure I'm gonna win, I'm not even gonna put up my defenses. Asshole, if you can be fatally wounded with a common laser gun, stop dropping your fucking guard. It's, my god. Every fucking fight, it seems like, that is always a major fucking problem, because these characters are so powerful now that this shouldn't even be a thing. You know, it's like you got fucking universe busters that can be taken out with a standard pistol if you catch them off guard. If you shoot them in their sleep. Oh yeah, and on that front, the fucking bullet thing, like in the beginning of this fucking arc, like, oh, I guess I'm rusty. I'm like, asshole, your skin was so strong when you were a fucking kid that bullets couldn't hurt you, and now they can when you're like a bazillion times stronger? What the hell? Then there's characters just getting stronger for no fucking reason, with no real good explanation about this. Like, for the most part, Goku and Vegeta get stronger naturally. But then you got you got Gohan training for what was it, like 2 hours, and being somewhere on the level of Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Like, I don't think he's like explicitly on that level, but he can fight Super Saiyan Blue Goku, react to him, hurt him, stuff like that. And you can train for 2 hours. Like, I remember seeing this one joke somewhere online where it was Super Saiyan God Goku fights Tien, and Tien says, I trained for 5 minutes. Now he powers up and beats the shit out of God Goku. That's pretty much what it is in this show, because the fucking writers don't know what the hell they're doing. And it's like, if you want them to power up at a really fucking fast pace, put them in the hyperbolic time chamber, or have them get their power unlocked by Elder Kai. If you want to do it fast, that's all you have to do. Just say, oh, I asked Elder Kai to release my inner potential off screen or something, and people would buy that. That is about all you fucking need. But no, we have Master Roshi's been training in secret, so now he's like, I don't think he was on the form of like base form Goku, but I think he could probably take out Cell, maybe Fat Boo in the Boo saga. So, oh yeah, and it's shit like that. But no, My Hero Academia does all of this shit and does it 1,000 times better. For instance, the power scaling in that series is a lot more consistent. Power scaling isn't a major deal in that series, but you got All Might, pretty much our measuring stick for how powerful Izuku Midoriya is going to become. And everything he does, like, say when he throws one punch and pretty much changes the weather, like, holy shit, that's something that Deku's gonna be able to do. It's like, that's cool. But you know, and it feels like Deku is getting that powerful reasonably well. There's not too many instances of bullshit. The only thing that kinda irks me is Izuku is supposed to be a fairly intelligent kid. How come he didn't figure out what he calls one for all full cowl thing way before that? Especially since All Might was able to, and from what it seems like, he wasn't really that smart of a kid. So, you know, like, I think I'm getting sick. This video is so rattled with rage, it's actually making me sick. And let me start recording because I'm going to go on to my next point about likable characters.